everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to do unboxing and swatching, hopefully all in one video, and it's a kind of medium-sized haul. Well, I have quite a few items, actually loads of them, but mostly they're pens and markers. And before I unbox, I just wanted to share with you that since I've been back from Croatia, I kind of started working on a new style for me, and it really satisfies my neatness levels, and I really enjoy kind of doing the doodling, and foremost the watercolor goes on first. So I feel like all of the things that I absolutely enjoy doing, and I can focus on getting the lines done. It's like a meditative situation for me, and I love combining the colors and playing with the patterns. So all in one, I really enjoy this style, and the other one actually is hanging in a frame already on my wall in my studio. So while doing this, for this sort of style, I had to really go through all of my gel pens. So let me just show you. So all of my gel pens and all of my kind of fine liners, and I realized I had quite a few, and that was good because I wasn't using some of them. Some of them were tucked away in boxes in the cabinets. So I was really happy to go through all of them and have them now in the open and realize what I kind of enjoy using most when it comes to fine liners, and what I want to just finish and possibly not repurchase, and which ones I would go back to repurchasing. Same thing with the acrylic pens. Well, not same thing, because I enjoy using both of them. I did realize that actually these seem to have, they're more, the Mololtow acrylic paints versus the Posca, I find that they're more practical. I do enjoy the fact that I can see how well the pigment or the acrylics are mixed up here. So if I haven't used them for a while, you can see it separates, and then you shake it until the ball starts shaking inside, and you can see it's all shaked up now, so you know exactly what's happening. With the Posca, sometimes, especially with these markers, the PC1M, they're very, very temperamental, and sometimes just sort of transparent liquid comes out even though you shake them up, and they sound like they're shaken up. I don't know. So I realized that there are certain colors from Poscas, especially in the bigger nibs, that I would repurchase and I really enjoy using, but there's other thicknesses that I wouldn't go back to repurchasing. And then, speaking of that, I also wanted to add a couple more colors, and that's what I've done. So I went ahead and I actually swatched all of them, all of my fine liners and gel pens, and that gives me a good indication and reference point. And I'm also leaving a page so free between the supplies, so that I can add a couple of colors if I wanted to. So here we have pigment markers, pencil, color brush, Tombow dual brush pens. Having them all in one place like that, I can quickly refer to it and find the right color, the right thickness, etc. So you can see this was a lot of fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then here I'm also doing my favorite combos, so things that I enjoyed in that style that I just showed you. I kind of also keep a list of the colors and the patterns. So this is really neat, and this is a newer sketchbook which I showed you in the last haul. So I've got quite a few of them. I'm just trying to see if I can grab one that's still packaged up. Yeah, I got them in a couple of sizings and a couple of different formats, and also different colors. So there's a white one and a black, and this is the Talents Art Creations. I'll try to link you to that video where I unboxed them, but here's again all the info. And I do like the paper. It's a little bit on the off-white side, but it's so smooth, and it's got lovely thickness of 140 GSM. So gel pens, pencils, everything looks great on here. Watercolor, not so much, but sort of these type of mediums do work really well. Okay, now to unboxing. Also, I was going to say that I gave this palette, which I haven't used that much, but I started picking out certain colors from here which work really well in that style, and I have, you know, rekindled with my Finetech metallic watercolors, and I realized there was another palette that I really liked. Anyway, you'll see why I'm talking about all of this. So we have 19 items in this haul, and I'm really excited about it. So I think I'll just take everything out, and here you'll see why I mentioned those watercolors. So alright, so what we have here is an empty palette, just like this one, but without any writings on it. These are very affordable. I think quite literally under £3. I think £2 something it cost me. And it says here Finetech GmbH, Germany. So having lived in Germany, I feel good about buying German watercolors. Obviously Schminke is German, but this is like, it's a smaller brand obviously, and so it feels good. So I really like their palette, which is called, I think it's called Sunset, and it was in my mind for a long time to get it, but somehow I never did. So what I did, I because there is no names for these colors, I actually went on Jackson's, and they list all the colors in these palettes, so you can see the list. And I realized that across these two palettes that I already have, so this is the one with the gold colors, and then the Finetech, this sort of mixed colors. I don't remember the name for the palette, but I'll try to link what I can. Anyway, so I realized that across those two palettes I already had some repeats, and I obviously didn't want to then go ahead and buy those repeats in the palette. So what I did is I picked out colors that I didn't have, which I believe was chocolate, golden orange, and Indian summer, and I think the other three I already had. So then I obviously had options to fill, and I picked rose gold, peach, and golden olive. So 6 colors will fit into here, and obviously they're repurchasable, so if they run out you can always buy them individually, so that's a good thing. Then we have Schminke, the masking fluid. This one was recently featured by Mindful Watercolor, and it looked really good, so I was quite impressed. I loved when he said something about the smell. It was just so funny, but yeah, I couldn't agree more about the regular masking fluids, so quite happy that this one is apparently smell free. I need to figure out how to use this thing. So this comes up with the whole cup, but there is like a pipette thing in there that's supposed to stay, and it's not staying. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have any of that horrendous smell that usually masking fluid does, and I'll give it a go. It's one of the newer products. It didn't come out like yesterday, but I think within the last couple of years this is definitely a Schmincke's new product, and it looked very good in the video, so I had to add that one. And then we have basically different colors here. So we've got some Posca pans, we've got some Mololtow pans, and we've got some more Tombow colors right here. So I will swatch them all out at different thicknesses, whatever I could get my hands on. And then here are these colors. So color wise, we've got metallic gold. I wanted to try Mololtow's gold. I haven't tried it yet. I quite like the Uni Posca's gold, which can be temperamental in the fine nib. And then we have a burgundy color here, burgundy, and then Amazonas light, whichever way. And then we have slate gray, and we have bronze. That's a cool color. I haven't tried yet. And then a bunch of these colors which just have numbers on them, but then I would need to go to Jackson's for the names. So let's swatch them out and see what the colors look like on paper. I have written everything out, and today I feel quite organized. Also, I realized that at the back here it says sticker for color box. So this part seems to be perforated, and you can, I guess, stick it at the bottom here and have your colors there, which is really, really helpful, because in the other colors there's, like I said, nothing there. So I had to do my own swatch card for this one, and I'll need to do one for this palette as well at some point. So let's go ahead. First of all, we have peach. So somehow I will need to carefully open this. The sticker comes off really easily, so it's one of those good stickers. And let's see, is it perforated? It is, but it doesn't seem, or maybe it's not actually. No, it's not perforated. Okay. It looked like it may be, but it's not. So I'm just going to use scissors to cut this sticker off, and then I will attach it to the bottom of the palette, which I can't see what I'm doing. Anyway, let me go ahead and do that first, and then I'll show you the swatches. Okay, so it's all done. I actually really like the look of this, and I'm thinking maybe I could do my own labels here. It just makes the palette look kind of better. I'm not sure what to do here because there isn't enough space, so it might just be a swatch card for this palette. Okay, so let's do, the colors look really nice. Let's start with the swatches. So we've got peach. So with them, because they're metallic, what I find helps a little bit is just adding a touch of water, which will help to get those markers going. It's not that they need any particular, you know, reawakening. Some watercolors can be stubborn. These are not. They go really creamy. But having said that, I prefer to prep them a little bit with a bit of water. These are very pretty. So, peach. When it comes to metallic watercolors, Finetech Coliro seem to be my favorite, so I quite enjoy that. Next one we have golden orange. I use my metallic colors when I work with them really saturated, so I hardly use any water. So what I may do after these dry up, well, this is going to be a special color, Indian Summer. Oh wow, that is a must-have. If you like your burnt siennas and what else? Oxide, red oxide, browns, that will be a color to look into. Yes, so once they dry, I think I will just do one more strip of really thick mica. Now this color, chocolate, I was quite curious about for a long time, a couple of years actually. So let's see how that works. Looks nice, but we'll see it truly once it has fully dried. Then we have rose gold, really pretty. Wow, that's also a must-have. Very, very pretty. Okay, and then golden olive. Really nice color. I'm quite glad with all of them. I mean, quite happy with all of them. Quite glad I got them. And they look like they will be well loved and well used. So with the golden olive, I almost can see a little bit of a shift. So let's see once it dries what happens. I can see a bit of a pink undertone. So I'm going to go and wash my brush and get rid of the mica. And what I will do next is I will do the water soluble. So I thought I'll start with the watercolor and the water soluble supplies for those of you who are on this channel for watercolor products. And then we'll finish with the mixed media acrylic markers. So the Tombow markers, they're called something jewel based markers or something. They have two ends, one brush and then a thinner end as well, so that's great for doodling. Let's see, chartreuse is a color that I have been wanting to get for a while, and I'm not sure why I didn't before. Maybe it was out of stock, but it's a lovely juicy color. So these are water based. I will use a bit of water to kind of move them out, pull them out and see. Some of them, especially the darker colors, I find look really lovely with water. The lighter colors not so much, because there's just not much pigment in them, being lighter. So I'll do that. Next color we have avocado. Ooh, no, that's not an avocado. That's a little bit disappointing. I really was hoping for this color on the lid. This is kind of like a brown, really. Oh well. I wonder if the fine tip is the same. Yeah, they always match each other. because obviously I think they come from the same, there must be the ink somewhere here and it disperses into both ends, so there's never a problem with with different colors on both ends, but I was just wondering. Okay, so that's not really my type of a color. I have to say in real life it looks even browner than on the camera, what I can see. Okay, next one, grey green. Don't know why I wrote Gary green, but it's a grey green. Oh, that's a nice color, another good one. Yeah, that's nice. I'm kind of getting ready for the autumn color palette, really. And then we have poured red. Now this, I'm pretty sure is going to look lovely with water. Even more interesting than the previous colors. Yeah, so you can see it's got more color to it when you introduce the water. And then we have burnt sienna. I wish it had a bit more red in there, like a bit more orange. It is close to burnt sienna. Actually, with water, it's perfect. A bit of water. And then lastly, we have gold ochre. Now that's interesting because it looks on the cap quite orange, but something tells me it won't be like the cap. So that's a nice color actually. It's like a dirty orange. I like that. So you can see it's not as vibrant as on the cap. On the cap it just looks like, you know, like an orange. Definitely on the paper looks like more of a ochre type of a color. Lovely. And then let's proceed to the acrylic markers now. I'm just going to move the Tombows. These are drying really beautifully so far. Really nice and saturated.